You ready? Oh, sorry. Well, we've been waiting and now we're ready, and I didn't know we were ready. Well, it's different. It's dark. Alan's trying new lighting techniques.
Light isn't great. And then we have backlight. And
can you lighten it any way with the editing?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
that's brighter. That's better.
Well, that's just the screen brightness.
Oh. Well.
Okay.
Sometimes it just is what it is. It's the middle of the day. We're not going to have a lot of people joining us live. They'll catch on later, and you can watch it later, right? How long you want to wait?
Hey, let's wait a minute.
All right. Well, wait a minute. Let me finish posting this happy birthday Instagram to my parents.
Happy birthday?
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Jerry and Connie Rasberry were married 59 years ago today.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Hello, Tiffany Tippin. Tommy Jean. Hello, Tommy Jean. Hello, Julie's Overalls. Taylor. Hello from Minnesota. Hello, Linda Wynn. What do you think of my hair, Linda Wynn? Hello, Mike Boone, Kitten Jacks, Darla Malone. Darla Malone. Hello, Steph Matt.
Tommy Jean, did you hear that? It's Mom and Daddy's 59th anniversary today.
Taylor, you thought we were going to gyp the listener. Well, there's been some gypping the listener lately, admittedly. Hello, Brooksy. Hello, Darla. You got me flustered, Mike. Yeah, it looks a little different in here. We're trying some different stuff. Lighting wise, this doesn't look great, but we're going to try it, and we need some more lights. So we'll do that at some point. Hello, Albert. Hello, Jamie. All right, guys. Sheila Redmond.
Hey, Sheila Redmond.
Hub City. Okay.
Pretty sure they'll make it to year 60.
Hello, Andrew. Hello, Cold Dirt. Thank you. Glad to be back. It's been a while. Let's start trying to make this more of a regular deal here.
All right. You ready?
You got anything?
No, I hate when you do that. I really hate when you do that.
Do we?
I really hate when he does that.
I mean, I got a little bit.
Because it makes it sound like we don't care about
I care.
Podcast.
Well, I care.
Looks at me and says, do we got anything?
Well, I don't see anything.
Well, I have a laptop filled with things.
But I don't see anything.
Well, that's because I was downloading pictures from my parents' anniversary lunch today.
So now we have a new spot for the recorder too, which is on the floor.
Oh, do you need me to test? I'm already tested. Is it on?
No, it's not.
Your earbuds aren't going to reach.
Yeah, no, probably won't.
Need to bring it back up. You probably need to wear them in case you do sound effects and stuff, or if something happens. Just put it on the side. It'll be fine. I'll wait.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. Testing. 1, 2. Nope. Not testing yet.
Our new setup's got me all discombobulated.
It's okay. He's working on some new things. It's going to be great.
New setup has
eventually
got me all discombobulated.
Ready? Test 1, 2. Test.
Hugh Jazz, please pick up the red courtesy button. Hugh Jazz, please pick up the red courtesy button.
And away we go.
Wait like 3 seconds before you launch into it. Okay.
Okay. Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kelly Rasberry Evans, along with my husband and podcast co-host Walter Allen Evans.
A train in the house.
Thank you.
Use my entire name,
I use my entire name.
like my mother does sometimes.
Does it make you feel like you're in trouble?
When she would say Walter Allen, I knew I was in trouble.
When's the last time you got in trouble?
I
by
knew
your
I was
mom?
in big trouble.
When is the last time you got in trouble with your mom?
Maybe if we were together at a family gathering, like a lunch or something, and I told a joke that was a little off color, she'd probably kind of shake her head and say, Walter Allen. That's happened recently.
I don't know that I've ever heard her say that.
That's happened recently.
I've seen her shake her head a lot at you. Such a disappointment.
Yes.
Just kidding. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. We're recording this during spring break week for our children's school districts. I know it's not that case across the country. I feel like it's a little early for spring break, only the second week of March, or is it the first full week of March? I'm not really sure. I'm not looking at a calendar right now, but Emma Kelly was very disappointed that we did not go somewhere because all of her friends went somewhere. We're the only ones that didn't go anywhere, but I promised her I would show her a good time. And by that, in teenage girl speak means I'm going to spend a lot of money on her shopping. So we've done some of that already, and we still have more to do. Boys are much easier to appease by staying home this week.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly and I talked about this spring break thing, and maybe we've talked about this on the podcast,
I
but
don't know.
we decided to not go on a trip because we kind of just went on a trip in November, and it was a huge trip.
Yeah, we're still paying for that one.
Yeah.
And it's tax season. And as y'all know, I've talked to other women who say they're in the same boat as I am right now. And that's the budget boat. Because, not every family is the same. But if you're like me and a few of my friends that I've talked to, our husbands, we let them handle all the taxes that are due. And they're going through all of the year expenses from 2023 and having little mini heart attacks while they're sitting at their calculators or whatever. And so they're tightening the purse strings and making you feel guilty every time you go out to eat and you say, can I have a Diet Pepsi? And you look over, oh, I mean water.
Not true.
May I please have free water with my meal?
I'm being misrepresented.
And nothing that costs money.
I've never done that.
So it's like, we're all in the same boat. So spring break, after we just went, I don't want to say balls to the wall because well, that's not dirty. We found out balls to the wall is not like testicles to the wall. It means something else in car terms, right?
Change your voice.
But doesn't
I thought it was a pilot thing. They push the throttle to the wall of the
it's not
cabin. So they go
vulgar.
Balls to the wall.
So it's not vulgar when I say we went balls to the wall for Thanksgiving when we went to Universal and we hired a private tour guide because we were like, we're never going to do this again. This is a once in a lifetime experience. And we're still paying for it now. So anyway, we decided to stay home. And when Emma Kelly started saying, we could have gone to a beach, then I reminded her of that one time I took her to a mother-daughter trip to the beach. And within 24 hours, we were looking at each other, bored out of our minds. What do we do? Because Emma Kelly is good with being on the beach about one day. And then you're at the beach. What else do you do? Thank the Lord, I heard a familiar voice and saw a familiar face. It was my friend Holly, who has a twin boy and girl, 6 months younger than Emma Kelly. And I just passed Emma Kelly off on her kids, and Holly and I hung out and spent a lot of time catching up over wine, and that ended up being a great vacation. But again, what were we going to do? Well,
king of stuff to do at the beach. I'll go first. Build sandcastles.
Okay, that's fine. I'm saying being at the beach one day is fine. But then we had 4 or 5 days more. We were
body surf. Surf.
Okay, I'm saying that's
fish. Run through the waves.
That's one day at the beach.
Sunbathe.
One whole day.
Drink.
Well, she's 17. So anyway, but next year she'll be 18. So maybe I'll take her to Mexico.
Pound sand.
Yeah. I did ask her though, trying to build her spirits up. I said, this summer she's graduating. Well, she's not graduating. She's going to finish 11th grade. Next summer will be her senior year. So next summer, I said, maybe we could do something, you're as a nice trip because you're graduating high school. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm not saying wherever you pick is going to be where we're going to go, but if you could daydream, where would you like to go?
What'd she say?
Well, I threw out a friend of ours right now is at Atlantis in the Bahamas. And then I said that. And she's like, I don't know. And I said, Alan and I have talked about wanting to go to Italy.
I'll go to Atlantis in the Bahamas.
Or England, London, or something
Good
like
eye,
that.
mate.
And she was really loving that idea. And I haven't been to England since the year 2000. I went in 2000. I remember that because Landry was born. My niece Landry was born that year. And she was born while I was like in Paris. And when I got back, I got to meet her. But so I thought that might be a good trip. So she's got her wheels turning about that for summer 2025.
Okay. Well, that gives us time to plan.
To start saving and drinking more water and less Diet Pepsis at restaurants because water's free.
Well, hey, budget update. I mean, do you want a budget update? I know the listeners want a budget update.
Do they?
I bet they do. So just the little things we've done, which in my case, it's been withdrawing cash instead of going to Starbucks and always charging it, because I go just about every day. I've been, pulling out cash and just using cash at Starbucks. Okay. So that's one thing I've been doing. Another thing I've told Kelly, like this year, I go in my closet and I'm like, I'll wear 20% of what's in here.
Literally, I'll wash 5 t-shirts and you'll wear those same 5 the next week. And it's like, why don't we start rotating? Right.
So another thing that I'm doing this year is I'm not going to buy a pair of shoes, a shirt, a hat, jeans,
underwear.
Anything. Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good on underwear.
Well, you threw away 3 pair or something. You said they had holes in them.
I burned a few holes.
And I said, okay, so what if I buy you underwear? That wouldn't count, right? So I bought you underwear for Valentine's Day.
Okay. So anyway, just these little changes we've been putting in place. Our credit card bills for the first 2 months of the year have been lower than I can remember.
Yeah.
They have been
thanks to Alan.
They've been in the 4 digits.
Thanks to you.
Instead of the 5 digits.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we were coming off of Universal, Disney World, Christmas. It was a lot.
Yeah. So that's been good. And then I take a look at, how much cash on hand you have, and we've increased that while paying down debts.
Well, that's great, honey.
So I think it's going well.
Yeah, me too. I have not been shopping as much as I'd like, but that's okay.
Well, what is it?
Contributing to the greater good.
Well, what is it you want?
Everything.
Like what?
I just want stuff.
Wow. Like what? What do you want? Like
I don't know. I just like buying stuff. It's fun.
Well, I mean, yeah, shopping is fun, but
little thrill, little temporary high, little dopamine hit.
Right. We have a friend who will remain nameless, but he shops all the time. Mm-hmm. And we think it's because he's what do you call it?
Aholic.
A shopaholic. He's like a real shopaholic.
Yeah.
Like he just goes and buys stuff.
It feels good.
Yeah. I went over to his house one time, went in his closet, and he's got dozens and dozens of nice shirts, designer shirts that he's never wore with tags on them.
Yeah.
This is more than one. This is like dozens of shirts like this.
I know. I can relate.
It's like, dude, what are you doing?
But I did get lucky because another reason I haven't really been shopping a lot is this last swap party we had at the house. Man, I scored. I got like Ann Taylor pants that still had the tags on them. Because that's what happens is we women go shopping, we buy something, maybe it's not a right size or whatever, or for some reason you don't end up wanting it. I got some beautiful Ann Taylor pants. I wore a Lululemon jacket the other day I got from the swap party.
That was a score.
I got some really nice stuff. So I got lucky this last time.
Who donated that?
I have no idea. Lucky me.
That was nice.
Lucky me.
Well, you know what else is nice?
What?
This.
Well, we have been eating better and we've been eating at home more because that's been made a big change in our budget as well. And, eating better is easy and delicious also if you go with Factor and Factor's ready-to-eat meals. Every one of these fresh, never frozen meals, they are chef-crafted, dietitian approved, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. You get over 35 different options to choose from every week. You've got Protein Plus, Keto, Vegan, Calorie Smart, which is the one we chose. Plus, Factor has more than 60 add-ons, so you can stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. Now, it's no secret, I do not try to fake it. I don't love cooking. I just don't. And then there's the added stress of meal planning, shopping for everything you need. It's too much. But with Factor, you just go online, you choose the meals that make your mouth water, And when they arrive, you stick them in the fridge and just take one out when you're ready to eat. 2 minutes in the microwave is all it takes. And you enjoy restaurant quality meals without that restaurant takeout price. No prep, no cooking, no cleanup. I love Factor's flexibility because you can order as much or as little as you need every week. You can also pause or reschedule deliveries at any time if you go on vacation or whatever. I know people that if they know they're going to be somewhere for a couple of weeks, they just have their meals forwarded to their address where they're going to be. Now, just check out a couple of next week's options, just a couple. The top-rated garlic mushroom chicken thighs with creamy cauliflower rice and garlic green beans is back. And I'm not vegan, but the Thai roasted vegetable green curry with coconut lime rice just sounds so amazing. Sign up now and save. We've done the math. Factor's less expensive than takeout.
Head to factormeals.com/sandwich50 and use code sandwich50 to get 50% off. That's code sandwich50 at factormeals.com/sandwich50 to get 50% off.
And don't forget, all of that will be in the show notes. Anything we mention of our sponsors will be in the show notes. Thank you, Factor. All right. So we were talking about, swapping and clothes and stuff. Now, I do have a little expense we need to add to the budget this month.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, exactly 8 days from now, we're going to have a photo shoot.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too, obviously, based on the way I've been eating. So 8 days from now, we've got a photo shoot coming up. And based on our last photo shoot, I'm going to be stuck with these pictures probably anywhere from 10 to 15 years. I shouldn't say stuck with. I'm going to be using.
I don't think it'll be that long.
Alan, the last ones we took were right after Kid Craddock died. This will be the 11th year I've been using.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ones you and I took.
Those we took right after. Well, not the ones that are behind us.
No. The ones we took out there by your office.
Yeah. Kid was alive then?
No.
Kid was dead then?
Yes.
You never met Kid?
No.
That's right. So that was afterwards. Anyway, my point is it's been a long time. So
yeah,
I
it's been a long time.
Sure,
I don't think it was 10 years, but yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It's a long time to be stuck with headshots. And when somebody asks, like if I'm going to be speaking somewhere, if I'm going to be on, I was going to be at a luncheon last week or whatever, can you send us your headshot and resume? And I'm sending them a picture that I don't look like. I barely looked like it when they took it because the way they, dress you up and stuff. So anyway, I've gotten a stylist that's going to be working with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Going to go through our closet.
Working with us or working with you?
They're going to work with you too, because you're taking pictures with me too. And they're going to coordinate us.
Oh, wow.
Her name is Alex Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag not an ad. I'm just telling you her name. Alexandria Cohen. And anyway, she's going to come over, I think on Monday to go through our closets.
On Monday? Like Monday evening?
I'm not really sure. It's either Monday or Tuesday.
I don't think Monday is a great day for her to come over.
Why?
Well, because there'll be people in the house doing things.
Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
As we always do.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
It is exciting. And I went and got a fresh forehead full of Dysport for it to smooth out my wrinkles. And I forgot that you're supposed to not lie down for 4 hours afterwards. And I did. So I've got like a puffy eyelid. So I'm hoping that it will go down between now and then.
I've done nothing.
You've been eating a lot better. You've probably dropped a few pounds.
I've dropped, in the last 3 weeks, I think I've dropped like 12.
See?
So yeah, I'm feeling some of the shirts I can actually get back into,
Yeah.
Feels
I just
good.
went out for my parents' anniversary. My parents, Jerry and Connie Rasberry, have been married 59 years today.
Wow.
As of this recording. And we went out to eat, and we went to one of my dad's favorite restaurants, Cheddar's.
Yeah. Cheddar's is pretty good.
It's there. You get a free croissant roll smothered in honey butter.
Now, what's the draw of Cheddar's?
The honey butter covered croissant.
Over
warm.
Chili's,
That was
Applebee's.
the only warm thing I had. That honey croissant. And
then the fans that are belt driven above your head. Do they have those? Those old school fans?
They had the ones where they rotated like big palm fronds or something. Yeah, I didn't know that was.
It's a Cheddar's bit.
I didn't know that.
Oh, they've been doing that forever.
I don't go to Cheddar's.
Yeah, Cheddar's. Well, yeah. Oh, shit, throw Cheddar's under the bus.
No, they're fine.
We had a bad experience with Cheddar's one time.
It wasn't the food, it was the reception we got. We didn't go back to that Cheddar's.
No.
We literally went in. Well, here we are. We literally walked in, our entire family. We're standing there at the reception desk, and the woman is looking at her kiosk or whatever, and the manager is right next to her on the phone. And we stood there for how long would you say?
10 minutes.
Not 10. We wasn't that
15
long.
minutes.
It feels like that when you're there. But they didn't ever look up or say hello to us. And we just stood there for a very uncomfortable amount of time until we finally just turned around and walked out. And they didn't even say, wait, come back. Nothing. It was the weirdest experience.
Even if you've got, here's my hot sports opinion. Even if you've got bad food or say mediocre food, if you as a customer walks into a place and you're immediately treated like a VIP,
Yeah.
and they say hello and they say, here's what we can do for you. You're going to go in there in their place and spend your money. The least they can do is say hello.
Hello. That's all we were wanting, is an acknowledgement that we were standing there.
But when you roll into a place that has good food and then you stand there, they ignore you. You're like, well, what is this?
We've never been back there again. But anyway, we went to a different location and it was just fun.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that, my parents' anniversary. And you, as part of Staycation, you're taking the boys to see the Dallas Mavericks play.
Yeah. So since we've been home all week, we've been doing a lot of, well, not a lot. There's been a lot of Fortnite being played, which the boys love. They've been playing with their friends, playing Fortnite. But then to get them out of the house, there have been some soccer camps. There have been some baseball lessons.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, our big thing is we're going to go see the Mavs because they're playing Golden State, the Golden State Warriors.
Is that a big rival? Or is that a good team?
Well,
what's going on?
They have Steph Curry.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's like a legend in basketball. If you're not a basketball fan, he's one of the all-time greatest players. I think he's the all-time best three-point shooter in all of NBA history. And Dylan really likes him. So
I think he went to that school where my friend Tommy Jean's son goes, and I've just gone completely blank.
Oh,
yeah. Tiny college.
I know. I can't.
Oh, it's the Davidson in North Carolina. It's the tiniest little college. And I think that's the one Steph Curry went to.
So we're doing that. We don't have great seats. I told the boys.
It is what it is.
Well, I didn't. I got the tickets late because I didn't know exactly what we were doing for spring break until maybe like 2 weeks ago. So we're sitting in the upper deck, but we're on like the first row in the upper deck.
That's all right.
So
you're in the arena.
And we're on the end. So we'll be able to see the entire court, like front to back, like in the end zone, I guess. So anyway, it'll be fun.
And there's a Jumbotron.
Yeah, it'll be fun. In fact, Cole, he's out there. He's already dressed and ready to go. He's got his jersey on. It's only 4 o'clock. The game's at 7:30 tonight. So
well, that's good that they're excited about it.
Yeah, so we're doing that. And then tomorrow, Dill wants to go fishing real quick because we have to leave Friday. Just Dylan and I, we're going to an out-of-town baseball tournament.
Yeah.
So this is our first one of the season. So it is.
And I'm not going.
No. It's in the metropolis of Kilgore, Texas. So that's where we're going.
I couldn't point to it on a map. Is it left of us?
It's
Is it over there?
It's southeast.
Oh, it's down that way.
Yeah. Kilgore is known for, you ever heard of the Rangerettes?
Yes.
They're a world famous drill team.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for the Kilgore.
All right. Well, that'll be great.
Yeah. So we're doing that, and then we'll be back Sunday. So that's what our spring break's been.
What we're going to do this weekend while you're gone is, it's really nice as a wife and a mom. Every once in a while, when you have the house to yourself and it's just you, and it's not going to be that way this time, because the reason I like being alone now as opposed to when I was single is I always know somebody's coming back, right? But it's great to have that time alone. But I'm staying behind with Cole and Emma Kelly. And Emma Kelly, we're going to go this weekend. She took one of those, I don't know what you call it, an aptitude test, and it's like almost like what career would you be best suited for based on your personality and preferences? What do you call that? It's some sort of assessment.
Career assessment?
A vocational assessment, something like that,
okay.
Career assessment.
Right, yeah.
So she went and took the test a couple weeks ago, and they run it through this computer, and it's supposed to help her figure out the career she'd really be best suited for. And that would help her decide what courses to sign up for college, what her major should be.
I thought she was nursing, or she's
out on nursing.
Why? All of a sudden she out?
Not all of a sudden.
Oh.
So thank the Lord for high schools that put kids in practical occupational classes, right?
Okay.
I think there should be more of that. There should be more vocational training, whatever. But she was able to sign up. You had to earn your way in. It's a very highly sought after thing to get in. It's called clinicals.
Mhm.
And she gets to go around to different hospitals, not just hospitals. She's gone out to estheticians. Like she's gone to where they use nurses to do injectables and
Right.
things like that. She's gone to animal hospitals. She's gone to places where they work with children with learning differences, autistic children, things like that. And she's gone to help, the elderly. She's worked in places where they have like mental deficient, where they're losing their mental capacities and things like that. She's got to sample a lot of different places where you could put a nursing degree into practice and realize this ain't for me, which I'm like so happy.
Why did she come
just
to
said
that
it wasn't,
conclusion?
it just wasn't, she
Just
honestly,
didn't
she
like
just
it?
didn't like some of the things she would have to do.
Oh.
She just didn't like it. It wasn't for her.
Okay.
And that's fine. It's not for everybody. But she found out in high school before she signed up and decided, I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to do this, and went to college and spent all that money. She knows now, cross nursing off the list.
Okay.
And because of that experience, we decided to do the career assessment, the vocational, whatever you call it. We decided to do that test after she realized that's not what I want to do. Now she's leaning more towards business. She's not really sure what area of business, like maybe marketing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll know a little bit more after this weekend.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it takes you a while, to figure out what you want to do. Heck, when I went to college, I still didn't really know what I wanted to do. I started.
Whoever graduates with a degree and ends up in a completely different career, you just don't know.
Me.
Yeah, you just don't know.
I started in engineering, and I was decent at math, but then I got into some of that engineering math. I'm like, I don't know. Then I switched to business, and I got into some of those courses like accounting. I thought, well, I don't really dig this either.
Mm-mm.
So then I went more into the, computers and information technologies type area. So that's what I ended up with.
Well, I dropped out after my freshman year because I felt like I was wasting everybody's time and money because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But my mother was freaked out. She had it in her head, I had to get a college degree, which, I think a college experience is great. Is the degree really necessary in today's world? I don't know. But I promised her I'd go back and finish. But in the meantime, I went out and I was working. I got into radio. I was doing weekend weather at the CBS affiliate in Florence. And I went back to Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina, just to get it over with and get my degree. I counted down the days. I'm like, every day I'd pull in that parking lot. I'd be like, 38 more days and I'll never have to be at a college campus again. I hated it. But I got out with a BA in English. And that was in December I graduated. In May of 94, I got the job in Dallas to work with Kid Craddock. And who knew I would end up here celebrating my 30th anniversary here in a couple months.
Podcasting with me in this little hot room.
Yeah, here we are.
If I was to give advice to a young person now, just based on a lot of the things I've been reading and seeing and kind of where I see, technology going, you'll never not have a job if you're an engineer, particularly like a software engineer or even like artificial intelligence type engineering or video editing. Those are things that are just going to get huge and keep getting bigger. I'm telling you they are.
But you also need people to do the heating and air conditioning.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, how many?
I'm just saying those are hot fields
Right.
where they're going to pay very well if you're good at those kinds
But
of
we
things.
still need plumbers. We still need
yeah.
people to fix our heating and air conditioning and dishwashers. I mean, those should not. Some kids should be encouraged to go down those paths as well.
Agreed.
And you could work for someone, and then the dream is to own your own business. That's the way you could do it. But I remember when we finally went to take Emma Kelly to tour SMU. That's the school she has her heart set on, which is going to wipe her college fund out so fast. She doesn't even understand how expensive this school is. But when we're on the way there, her dad says, "Hey, Emma Kelly, you should marry one of these trust fund babies and you'd be set." And I said, or she could earn her own money. I couldn't believe he was telling her that. Or she could just get in there and get a degree and earn her own money and not have to rely on a man. Can you believe that? Couldn't believe it. Anyway, there was that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shocking. What do you not know?
Well, that's advice. I don't know if it's good advice, but that's advice. Yeah.
Well, everybody says that. It goes to SMU. Go marry a rich one. Anyway, I was all over the place last week. with that.
Oh, with the college
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah, I had to film a commercial for work. I had to be on stage in front of 1,200 people. Had to go to part-time Justin's 30th birthday. But I'll tell you what got me through all of it. Thrive Cosmetics.
Yes.
Yes, with Thrive Cosmetics, I created the look for every occasion, every mood I was in. Because whether you like fresh face, full glam, or somewhere in between, Thrive Cosmetics is all you need. You've probably seen Thrive's viral tubing mascara, the one in the turquoise tube all over your socials. But let me tell you about their newest addition. It's Thrive Cosmetics Sheer Strength Lip Plumping Peptide Gloss. You get visibly fuller looking luscious lips without fillers, without that uncomfortable stinging sensation. It's really refreshing. It's a little cooling sensation with a fresh citrus scent. You also get 12 hours of hydration. It never dries up. It never cakes on your lips. The Sheer Strength Lip Plumping Peptide Gloss. It comes in 10 shades, 6 shines, 4 shimmers, wear alone or layer. I wore this to that Go Red for Women luncheon in front of 1,200 women last week. I'm going to tell you, I got compliments on my lips. I really did, because it was a red, but it was a good red for me. It was sheer and glossy and just perfect. Loved it. Thrive Cosmetics, all of their products, 100% vegan, cruelty-free, made with clean, skin-loving ingredients, high-performance trademark formulas, uncompromising standards. And remember, for every product purchased, Thrive Cosmetics donates products and funds to help communities thrive, including a cause that's very dear to our hearts, Allen. They support veterans during and after their military service.
Thrive Cosmetics is luxury beauty that gives back. And right now you can get an exclusive 20% offer on your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich for 20% off your first order.
Thank you, Thrive. Again, check the show notes
Love Thrive.
if you weren't able to write that down.
We got a few letters.
I know we never got to finish them a couple podcasts ago.
You want to go through some of these?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through a couple of letters here. See what we got. This first letter is from Katrina Lay. I've never heard a Katrina Lay.
Katrina Lee.
Oh, Katrina Lee. Sorry, Katrina Lee. KITRINALEIGH.
It's Katrina Lee, but Mama put it together into one.
And you think I have to spell Allen for people? I bet you Katrina Lee has.
It's been a lifelong burden for Katrina Lee.
Fought with this her whole
especially
life.
When people say Katrina Lay.
Yeah.
Katrina Lay.
And then
no, it's Katrina Lee.
And then Dumases like me do that. Subject: baby names. Hey, Kelly.
Hey. I love naming babies. That's why she dressed me. You don't care about naming babies. Come on.
I was listening to the podcast about baby names, and you had mentioned the Friends episode of Rachel's baby named Emma.
Yep.
I was pregnant in 2002 and had already decided to name our baby after my husband's grandmother, Emma Lay. Lee. Is it Emma Lee or Lay?
Leigh is Lee.
Okay. Emma Lee. I'm sorry.
Leia is Leia or Leah, depending on your.
See, I see that and I say Lay.
Because of Leia.
Well, because Way is WEIG.
Well, that's Lee, I promise.
Then why is it an LEE?
Because that's fancy spelling.
Okay. Well, in May, the Friends episode aired, and 4 months later, I gave birth to my daughter. And from that moment on, everyone asked, "Oh, you got that name from Friends, huh?" Mm-hmm. Thanks, Rachel.
It was so upsetting because when I decided on naming my daughter Emma, my grandmother's name, my grandmama Rasberry, was Lou Emma Spears, but she went by Emma. And I was in the 6th grade. So let me see. How old are you in the 6th grade? 12, maybe?
I can't remember. No. Dylan's in 5th and he's 11.
11.
12? Yeah, I guess
11
12. Yeah.
Well, I skipped a grade too. So I would have been 11. And I was born in 67. So this is about 78, right? 78 or so. My grandmama died. And I said, when I have a baby girl, I'm going to name her Emma. And Kelly is a middle name because it gets passed down to the family. Emma Kelly is going to be my daughter's name. Everybody's like, Emma's an old lady name. I was like, I don't care. I'm doing it because I love my grandmama Rasberry. That was like in 1978 or 79. And then suddenly, like she just said, that Friends episode and Jennifer Aniston's character named her baby Emma. And that's it. Emma went to the top. So that's when I had to make sure that Emma Kelly always went by a double name. So she'd stand out from all the hundreds of other Emmas at preschool.
Okay.
But I also love double names.
This next letter is from Jill. Oh, very, very best customer and friend of the show.
Hey,
and
Jill.
And friend of AE.
Oh, yeah.
And
Hey,
Kelly
Jill.
Rasberry Evans. Jill, subject carbon monoxide detector. Good morning, Kelly and Allen.
Good morning.
Over the holiday break, I went back and listened to earlier episodes of the podcast from last year, and y'all talked about the fire alarm beeping. It always happens at 1 a.m., right? When
Yeah.
Kelly mentioned getting a carbon monoxide detector, you let her know that you had installed one on the ceiling, and I wanted to share a hopefully credible safety tip. My supervisor at my old job unfortunately had a carbon monoxide emergency at his home, but luckily he and his daughter were okay. Because of that, he shared with me that carbon monoxide fills the volume of the room that it's in, starting from the floor and working its way up to the ceiling.
Oh.
Since early detection is crucial, it's best to get detectors that are closer to the floor instead of the ceiling. Otherwise, the entire room or home would have to be filled with the gas before the detectors do their job.
So we need to put it like a plug-in at the floor.
I thought I used to have one like that. Feel free to verify this since I really have
Makes
no
sense.
emergency carbon monoxide safety training. But I just wanted to share in case. Have a great rest of the week. Love you both desperately. Jill.
That makes 100% sense, Jill. Let's go take care of that.
Gas does rise.
But it also should, maybe
Right?
it's heavy, but maybe because it's so heavy, it starts off low from the source and kind of sits here. And as it gradually rises, by the time it gets up here, you're already impaired. So you need to have it down here before you're passed out. If you're passed out and it's up here, you ain't hearing nothing anyway.
That's why I just keep it under the covers.
That's not the same thing. Not the same thing, but equally as deadly, I'm sure.
Whoa. This next letter is from Alyssa. Subject, kids and poo.
Okay.
Hey, Kelly and Allen.
Hello.
I don't know if this is in poor taste.
Based on the subject line, how could it be?
Alyssa, I love letters in poor taste. Boorish poor taste. But y'all talking about baby names made me think of a couple of my kids' classmates. They went to a low-income school for a while, and my oldest son, 9-year-old, had a legit kid in his school named ABCDE. It's not just a myth that people name their kids that.
I think it's pronounced Abdica.
Well, pronounced Absidy.
Absidy.
Oh, okay. Absidy. Okay.
Yeah.
And another one of my daughter's classmates, 5-year-old, is named Messiah.
That's putting a lot of pressure on a kid.
That's bold.
I don't know about that.
That's bold. Another anecdote I have, which is probably TMI, but every time I have to go to the bathroom since Kelly's poo story, I think to myself, oh, Emma Kelly, I think I got a poop in Kelly's voice.
What was my poo story?
I guess I should have changed my voice. So thanks for that tidbit, Kelly. Keep on keeping on. Love, Alyssa.
Oh, my poo story. Yeah, when I picked up Emma Kelly in the mall and the Goodwill.
Oh yeah.
I had to think about what was my poo story.
Is that the one you came running in the house?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was dying, but I made it.
You came running in the house.
Not everybody makes it.
Yeah, trust me on that. Everybody makes it. This next letter is from Madison. You know, I like Madison. That was a name when I was in the baby naming demographic that I thought was a very beautiful name for a girl.
Yeah,
Madison.
would you call her Maddie?
I like Madison. I think that's a very pretty name. Subject, baby names, help please. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
And Allen, of course. This letter is more up Kelly's alley, but I would love your input too. I'm a huge fan of both of your podcasts, and usually when I'm giving advice, it's with your voice in my head. My friends and family tell me I have great advice, but most of it has come from your nuggets of wisdom over the years. I also try and model my marriage and other relationships after yours.
Oh, don't do that.
Wow.
Don't do
wow. Why wouldn't she do that?
Oh, that's just so much pressure,
Why?
Alan. That's just so much pressure.
Why wouldn't she do that? Look at us.
Yeah, look at us.
Never been happier sitting here.
Really?
In this little room. This
Really?
little hot, sweaty room.
God, why'd you turn the fan off?
after this letter, we need to be transparent about what's happening in this room.
Okay.
I greatly admire you and how perfect you and Alan are together. Well, that's
Okay,
very
thank you.
sweet. Thank you, Madison. Except when I'm doing yucky stuff under the
Oh
covers.
gosh.
My husband and I have been very special, but possibly have a very special, but possibly problematic baby name. We have always loved gender neutral names. I'm having a hard time today.
You want me to read it?
No, I'm okay. And I think the time has come for us to start thinking about our own little family. We're very excited. The problem is we are stuck on just one name and hope it can be suitable for both genders. I need an impartial judge that is an expert in these matters.
Hello, self-proclaimed baby name expert.
Okay. The name is Dean. A girl would be Dean Sue Marie. A boy would be Dean Edward Leon. Dean Edward Leon. The middle names are in honor of our parents. Is this totally crazy and inviting teasing for the entire kid's life? Asking for honest thoughts and advice, please, which I know you will give. Thanks. Stuck on the name.
All right. For a girl, I knew a woman named Deanie. And you know, when you meet somebody that is just larger than life and fabulous and has such a wonderful story and charisma, that was Deanie. And so why wouldn't you go with Deanie for a girl? I think if you did that, because you're setting a child up, I think it's confusion when they're so gender. Dean is not gender neutral to me. Dean is, I don't know of any girls named Dean. I know Deanies.
I agree with you. Dean, to me, this is just my opinion. Dean seems to me very masculine. Very masculine.
Now, listen, I also dated a man named Kristen once before you, darling.
Kristen?
Not since you. His name was Kristen.
I had a girlfriend named Kristen.
Right. And he said that, you know, many generations ago, Kristen was a male name that got adopted by girls. And then eventually it became more considered feminine.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Kristen?
It was Kristen.
Crispin
Glover.
or Christian?
It was Kristen. I'm telling you, it was Kristen.
It was Kristen with a T?
It was not Christian. It was Kristen. And then I've also known a man named Dana. And when you hear, we know there's a very famous Dana White.
Dana White.
But Dana is considered like a feminine name, right? But I just think if you're asking for an impartial opinion, I like Deanie. But I'll tell you, the woman that I am picturing in my head was she's passed away now. And I went to her celebration of life after she passed away, and to hear the stories and to hear her own stories, she was just a magnificent creature. So I vote Deanie for a girl.
I remember Deanie because I met her in Sunday. I met her in Sunday school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, babe. I'm kind of with you on that.
So it'd be Deanie what? What would be the middle name for the girl?
It would be Deanie Sue Marie if they went with your recommendation. The first Dean I think of is Dean Smith, who coached the North Carolina Tar Heels forever.
Well, I think of Dean Cain, Superman.
Well, Dean Smith was before Dean Cain. But,
well,
yeah.
I don't know who he is. I know Dean Cain.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just my recommendation.
Or you can tell us to pound sand, which
you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
But I remember Tommy Jean.
Tommy Jean.
For instance, 5th grade, and she spelled, her dad was Tommy, and she was the third child, and I guess they figured we're not having a boy, so they named her Tomijean, Tommy Jean. First middle name Tommy, and then middle name Jean.
Dana Carvey.
There you go. Well, Tomi got so many issues with that. I remember when she got a letter drafting her, telling her she had to report, with 18. Do you still have to do that as an 18-year-old boy? Where you have to sign up for military draft or whatever? You had to still do something back then.
I don't think so.
When we went to college at Liberty University, they assigned her to a boys' dorm. So, I mean, there's all sorts of confusion that comes when you saddle someone with a name and you think Dean is gender neutral, but it's not to me.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before. Going by your middle name is almost a bigger whip than just having a wheels off first name.
Well, my brother, you, me, we all go by our middle names, but I loved it because when somebody used to call the house, when that used to happen, and they would ask for Angela, I'd be like, she's not here, because my first name was Angela, and I knew they didn't know me.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a great show many, many years ago. Was it called Sisters? I don't remember. But all the daughters on the show, there were like 4 sisters, and they were all boy names. but there was like Freddie was one of them, and I think Georgie. I don't remember. They were all. If you could find that, it was the model that used to be married to Bruce Springsteen, and she became an actress, but I cannot remember her name. But she was one of the stars of that show. But they all had like boy names for girls, Teddy I think was one of them, and Freddie. I'm trying to remember. Was it Georgie? Stuff like that. That's cute. As long as you put an E on it, it feminizes it.
Okay. Some good baby name talk there. We got one more letter. You want to hear it?
Yes.
All right. This next letter is from Margaret. Subject EV. Hey, Allen and Kelly.
What's EV?
Electric vehicle.
Oh.
I bought a Tesla Model 3 during 2023, and for the exact same reasons that Allen mentioned. Now, if you go back a couple of podcasts, I talked about this. My number one concern was fuel cost. That was that was the bottom line for me, was as much driving as I do, just tired of going to the gas station.
Right.
That was my deal. I love clean air. I love clean water.
But that's not your priority.
It wasn't my number one thought.
Money.
It was money. It was the bottom line.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
Saving the planet, added bonus.
Exactly. I had a Toyota Sequoia dime, and I was paying an arm and a leg for gas every month for gas. Yeah, I hear you, sister. I hear you. I used to have
gas guzzler.
I had a Chevrolet truck. I had a freaking Hummer for a while.
Dime.
It's dime. You want to talk about gas? Oh my gosh. I was
getting gas left and right in this house.
Oh, let's see. I bought the Tesla purely to save money, not to save the environment. Whoa. So far, I love it. I cannot drive my husband's truck anymore. It's so foreign and uncomfortable. Once I got used to how the Tesla drives, I don't ever want to go back. And I am sure your Tesla can put on the light show that Kelly was talking about, and your kids will love it. Enjoy. I love you guys. You're a very, very best customer and listener in Augusta, Georgia. Margaret.
Hey, Margaret in Augusta. I'd love to come to Augusta. Have you done the light show yet?
I haven't done the light show.
Have you figured it out?
The boys were asking me about the light show.
Yeah, try that. There's some light popped up on my dashboard. I'm driving. I need to go through my user manual. I don't know what my car does. I don't like to read manuals.
Your car's like a spaceship.
It is like a spaceship. I'm driving a Jeep Grand Cherokee right now, and I don't know. It's got so many bells and whistles on it. I finally figured out the massaging seats, which was fun. But I cannot, there's like all these things. I don't even know what's happening in my car. I need to figure it out. Maybe while you're gone to Kilgore, I'll sit down and read the manual.
Just go to the YouTube.
I tried that. I couldn't find it.
Speaking of the YouTube. Okay. So
real quick before you do that.
Are you going to do that?
Let me do real quick.
Yeah, do that. Then we'll talk about
We'll wrap, but we'll bring it home for Jerome with the YouTube.
We'll talk about the
How
YouTube.
about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about
All
the
right.
YouTube.
So one of the things, we're on staycation this week. And one of the things I absolutely love about staycation is getting to sleep in. I don't get to do that. My alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m. when I'm working, right? But before we got our Helix Dusk Lux mattress, I could not sleep in because my back would start to ache. And that doesn't happen anymore. I can sleep till noon if I want to and get up without any pain or kinks because this mattress is perfect for my body and the way I sleep. Now, how did we get matched with this wonderful, life-changing mattress? Allen went online to helixsleep.com/sandwich. He took the Helix Sleep quiz. In less than 2 minutes, we were matched with the Helix Dusk Lux. Then the personalized mattress was shipped straight to our door, free of charge, by the way. Truly shocking to see how this king-size mattress fit in this box. But when we opened it up, it literally blossomed on our bed. It was really incredible. And from that first night sleeping on it, our lives have literally never been the same. And you can have the exact same experience if you take that Helix Sleep quiz and find out whether you're a side or stomach sleeper, big and tall sleeper, if your spine needs extra TLC, or if you sleep hot and need cooling features. Helix has you covered. Their lineup includes 20 unique mattresses, including their newly released Helix Elite Collection, even a mattress made just for kids. And unlike other brands, Helix mattresses don't contain fiberglass. Did you know a lot of those fire-resistant, retardant mattresses have fiberglass? That's bad for your health. And because Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home, you get a 100-night trial, a 10 to 15-year warranty, depending on the model. And Helix supports military, first responders, and teachers and students, too, offering a special discount you'll find on their website.
Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. All you got to do is go to helixsleep.com/sandwich and use code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Check the show notes if you need to refresh your memory on that.
Okay, so we mentioned YouTube. So we've also mentioned on this podcast how hot it is in here in our little recording room right now. We don't have the fan on, but we've got a lot of lights in here because we're experimenting with lighting, because what we want to do, dear, sweet, clean, good, strong listener, is beef up our YouTube channel. A Sandwich and Some Lovin' has a YouTube channel at A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Yeah.
Now,
go to YouTube, search A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Yeah. Now, what I would like you to do is go out there and subscribe to that channel, because Kelly and I are going to make a better effort at putting some really fun, cool, useful, helpful videos out there on YouTube. Because, we have the social media. We both have Instagram. We both have the Facebook. I think we both have the X, but rarely use those. Yeah. So really, we've had a YouTube channel for years, but in my opinion,
underutilized.
That we have 5,000 subscribers that we have done an injustice. Shame on me. Shame on me.
Shame on you.
Being the marketing director.
Shame on you.
Being the marketing director of the show. So I've been telling Kelly,
his sweet, clean, loyal wife has been gently nudging him. Nudge, nudge, poke, poke, poke.
Right.
And he's finally, I'm so proud that you're putting so much effort into it.
Well, I've been playing with YouTube a lot lately. I started a couple of other small channels, and I don't even really want to tell you about them, because I'm just trying to learn like how a lot of this works. There's a lot of back end stuff if you're going to run a bigger channel that I've needed to go in and clean up on ours. Ours has a lot of work to be done, but I just want to tell you, go out there and subscribe. You can go out there and see what we have now, but a lot of it's pretty old and dated
and long.
Yeah, but we're going to
learn the art of editing.
We're going to start. Yeah, we're going to start posting more stuff and more cool stuff. We always, when we record this podcast, we always have a live feed of that podcast. So we have a small group of people in our live studio audience.
Loyal, sweet, clean, loyal audience.
Yes. So, we are able to interact with them there. They can watch us before and after the podcast actually records, and we post those to the YouTube channel. Some people watch them, some people don't. I'm just telling you, we're going to make a better effort at putting some new stuff out there. That's, for example, Wheezy, one of our friends, she asked me the other day, she goes, where is that? You cook a steak on an air fryer. How do you do that? It's on my Instagram story, so it's gone, So I want to put together, because a lot of people ask me about that. I want to put together a good video about how you cook a steak using an air fryer.
I can do a video of making my mama's macaroni and cheese that everybody makes every holiday, and they always tell me it's the biggest hit at the holiday table.
Hot rolling your hair, your skincare routine.
Well, my hot rolling thing is already on there.
Yeah, well, you need an updated
Why?
one.
I still roll my hair the same way.
Well, we need an updated one. We're gonna make this look a lot better. So anyway, that's what's coming. So I just wanted to tease that. Go out there at A Sandwich and Some Lovin', and then follow Kelly and I too. I'm at the Alonzo 1971 on Instagram. Kelly is at Kelly Rasberry
on Instagram. Yep. At Kelly Rasberry Evans on Facebook.
Yeah. Just search for me on the Facebook if you want to follow there. So yeah, that's the social media update. It's been interesting. There's YouTube's a big place.
It is, and I know it seems intimidating, but the thing I know about Allen is every time he decides he wants to do something, he studies it and he gets really good at it. So you've done a lot of work on it, and I appreciate it.
Well, there's a lot.
So I don't have to.
There is a lot more to do. A lot of the things, just speaking from my own experience, a lot of the things I don't know how to do, especially with the motorcycles. I don't go to a search engine. I go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like how do you lift a tank on a Sportster? Oh, okay. There's 10 videos that show me that these people have put together that are very good videos. They may not be produced very well, but the information is there and they show you step by step. This is
first thing I did. I got my daughter this lamp night. It's like a skinny shelves and a lamp and everything all together from Target, their Threshold collection. And I took out those instructions and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I went straight to YouTube. I typed in that model of Threshold lamp, whatever. And there was a man that built it. And I just watched the video and built it with them and never even looked at the instructions.
Mhm.
That's the kind of stuff you can do on YouTube. So I was telling Alan about that. I said that I'd rather do that. I mean, that's the first place I go when I want to learn how to do, if I'm curious about anything, see if there's a YouTube video on it. And if there's not, then make one, right?
That's what I think. And I think we can do it. I think we can do a pretty good job. I think a lot of people ask us questions that we answer, frequently. So why not? Let's just put together some good videos and put them out there. Then you can send people to your videos. Hey, I made a video on this. Go check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
That's what our plan is. In the meantime, we're going to figure out how to light this room better and make it not so hot.
Yeah. Can you imagine doing this in the summer in here?
I cannot. We got to figure it out fast.
All right, babe. We better kind of bring it home for Jerome's. I got to get in the shower. We're going to the Mavericks.
I know you got to leave soon.
All
All right. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. You got anything else?
Well, we don't have time. You've got to go.
Oh, okay. Seems like there was. Oh, one last thought. The NFC East football. Oh, baseball spring training has started, by the way, for you sports
Why are we
fans.
talking about football now?
Just real quick.
Oh my God, Alan! I thought we were done.
There's 4 teams: Washington, Philadelphia, the New York Football Giants, and your Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
3 of those teams have made a lot of moves in free agency and have
Okay.
improved their teams.
All right. Again, the Cowboys haven't.
Cowboys have.
Okay, I'm glad you got that off your chest.
They haven't signed one player.
Apparently, Jerry feels good about things. So there you go.
Hey, at least I'm bitching about it in March.
I just kind of thought we were all getting a break from it until,
Well,
maybe the fall.
every once in a while, I got to bring it up. That's what they're doing right now, which is nothing. So that's good.
Okay. Thanks for pausing the end of the show for that.
All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
I love y'all.
I love our YouTube channel desperately at A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Please follow, like, subscribe, do all those fun things.
I'm going to know if you did or not because I see everything. And I'm sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. All right.
It says Goofy Regular on top of your glasses.
Yeah, that's their bit. What's the name of that brand? Caddis. Their bit is that, doing fun, goofy stuff. That is fun. Oh,
Oh, thanks, Michael. Michael tuned in.
here, just look over at the camera and smile for a minute.
Are we posing? Don't. What is this?
Okay, that's all you.
Don't you use that. I'll be really mad.
Which one?
I just did you with the double fingers.
Oh.
You gonna let everybody go?
Yeah, I just wanted to turn that off.
I guess it's just me and y'all. Thank you, Lord. The air's back on. So hot. I can't see. Yeah, Charles, I still do have a YouTube channel, but I think I'm going to start posting my showbiz on there.
But the first thing we're going to do is get a sandwich and some loving going. Right?
Sure.
Okay. All right, peeps. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you later. I got to get in the shower. We're going to the Mavs. Bye, guys.